politics is crazy nowadays, you know. I feel like as a black, I have to talk about Kemi Badenoch, you know Kemi Badenoch? Kemi Badenoch, how do you pronounce it? Badenoch, that's it. Badenoch. Kemi Badenoch. Yeah, man. Badenoch. Man, the Conservatives really pushed the panic button, innit? Activated the emergency diversity protocol, you know? And we have to get to appreciate her, because I feel like that's the closest we're going to get to, like, Michelle Obama, you know? Or, like, Kamala Harris, you know? We're just trying to be progressive. What's interesting to me is that they say she might be the first black prime minister, you know? And the UK's never had a black prime minister, you know? We've got close. How did we get close? We got close. Boris Johnson, you know? You lot are laughing. What? 3 baby moms, 8 kids. Like, come on, man. That's Boris Johnson, you know? Johnson was out here. And it's funny because they say he has another kid that I haven't identified. The Independent said this. And I was like, yeah, that kid's definitely somewhere in Somalia, you know what I mean? So it's just interesting watching this politics play out, because I don't really feel like it's been a good time for blacks in the Conservative Party. Do you guys remember this individual called Quasi Quasi? You guys remember him? Yeah, they got him off the discount diversity rack. He was awful, you know? Like, if they got, like, Kemi from Marks and Spencer, they probably got him from, like, TK Maxx or Aldi, you know? And I could have told them Quasi was going to be terrible, you know? I could tell by his haircut, you know? White people, if you see a black guy that doesn't have a shape up, you don't trust him, you know? You don't trust him. For those of you who don't know, Kwasi Kwarteng was the first black chancellor of the Exchequer, you know? And that was a problem for the jump. You don't put a black man in charge of that much money, you know what I mean? I knew there was going to be trouble, you know? He was, I'm trying to remember correctly. So he was hired on September the 6th, and he lost his job on October the 14th. He lasted 38 days in cabinet. And I was like, that's black, because I've done that many times, you know. When I get a job, I go super hard. Then the moment I get my first month's paycheck, that's like it. It's up to you, you know what I mean? Man, but he messed it up bad, you know. I was reading Al Jazeera, and they were like, he caused financial chaos. Imagine that being your legacy. He made the British pound go down to the lowest it's been in UK history. He's like the only black guy I know who didn't read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know? Oh, you lot don't get that. See, the thing about most black guys is they only ever read like 48 Laws of Power or Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Oh man, I wish there was more black people in here. Man. Yeah, a lot, you know a lot of black guys read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Except for like old school Jamaican guys, you know what I mean? They'll be like, what you mean you have 2 dads? What kind of behavior is that? Except for them ones. Man. But yeah. So the question that's like circulating amongst the blacks right now, yeah, is Kemi a house Negro, you know? Is she a sellout, you know? Because she has the sellout starter pack, like Kwasi had the sellout starter pack, you know? He had the mixed race kids, you know? He wears the poppy even when it's out of season, you know? And he has a terrible haircut consistently. And the interesting thing, like, when I look about Kemi, and a lot of the things people are saying is that she has a British passport, but she grew up in Nigeria. She grew up in Nigeria and the USA, then she came back here, and then she lived here for 30 years, you know what I mean? And I have a British passport, and I can tell you that there's a difference between having a British passport and being British, you know? Like, I have a British passport, but I've never tried toad in the hole or Yorkshire pudding, you know what I mean? I've never finished it, you know? So when they're like, is she British? I'm like, I won't be able to confirm with you until I see her go into Nando's and order her chicken plain. Then I'm like, okay, cool, she is British. Do you like your chicken? What spice do you eat in Nando's? Yeah. Medium, all right, cool. Where are you from? Birmingham. Okay, there's a bit more spice up in Birmingham then. But yeah, so it's like, what was I going to say about Kemi? Yeah, so it's like the odds are out right now if she's really like British or not. it was interesting. I was watching her talk, and you know she's got beef with David Tennant. Yeah, she's got beef with David Tennant. For those of you who don't know, David Tennant is the guy that plays Doctor Who. And this clash was kind of inevitable because Kemi's Nigerian. Nigerians are super religious, you know what I mean? So to them, Doctor Who is a witch, you know? And Doctor Who was like, I wish Kemi would just shut up, disappear, you know? And Kemi was like, you know, he should just not say that to a black woman. I find it offensive. He should just stick to acting, you know? And a part of me was just wishing she'd gone full Nigerian on him, you know? I just wish he would have said, I'm telling you, he's not a doctor. Where is his degree? Has he worked for the NHS? You know?